Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Tyler Gomez. Today I'll show you how I got this. everyday natural soft glam makeup look, and I'll show you all the products I used and how. So if you want to know how to get this airbrushed, flawless looking natural soft glam makeup, stay tuned because I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna tell you the tips, the tricks, everything that I do to get this makeup look will be in this video. So keep watching till the end. As always, all of the products will be linked below. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first step in my makeup routine is always the same. You gotta start with the primer. Today I'm using MAC Studio Radiance. I just like this primer because I feel like it really moisturizes my skin and it just makes my makeup go on super smooth. On days I know I'm gonna be outside in the sun, especially this California sun, I use the Glow Screen by Supergoop. This stuff has SPF in it, and sometimes I won't do this with a primer because this is a primer and it just really works well. Like, this is super glowy and you'll see my skin is about to have this like amazing glow to it, but when I put my matte foundation over it, bro, it's like the velvetiest. I don't know what's going on outside. But when I put my matte foundation over this glow, it's just so velvety and so nice. And look at that glow. Like, even the way it catches the light, it's just, I like to give my primer some time to like set in and dry. I don't want to go straight in with the foundation after the primer, so I always do my brows next. Currently my faves with brows are this Lawless brow gel, just to get them all going the same direction. I'm not a fan of the soap brows. I think those look crazy. No offense to anyone who does them. I'm sure it looks great on you, but on me, it looks crazy. So I do my brows very minimally, and I just like to get them all going the same direction and then pull the straight pieces down some so I get this nice arched. And then I do the same for the other side. Now this is tinted, so I go in kind of lightly because I don't want it to look too tinted. I really just like it as a gel. Maybe if I'm doing like a no makeup look, I'll only use this since it is a little tinted, and I'll go in a little heavier with it. But when I know I'm gonna actually do my brows with a pencil, I just do a little light something. So now that the brows are going the same way, I go in with this Benefit pencil, and all the products will be linked below, as you know. And I really just like to go under the eye and just like really define it a little bit. And then add a few strokes at the beginning, just to darken it a little bit. I'm just not an intense brow person. I feel like whenever my brows are like freshly done, I just got them threaded like within the week, they just look, they don't need too much, so I don't like to do too much to them. So yeah, just a couple strokes near the beginning and just try to connect this at the bottom. But that's really all I do. I don't like for my brows to look like they were drawn on. I like it to look like there's hair there. Like, that's just my preference personally, and that's how I achieve this, you know? Now it's time to get into the foundation. Over the past few months, I've been experimenting with some different foundations like Makeup by Mario, the Airbrush Flawless by Charlotte Tilbury, and my favorite's still Fenty Beauty. Let's go in with a new beauty blender. I wonder if I should wet it. I always use a dry beauty blender. I know they say you should wet it. I'm gonna just go and dry. A little on the beauty blender. And then I just dab it all around my face, the nose, and then I blend it out. So I just like the Fenty foundation because I think it's the best coverage. Like, my makeup literally just looks so flawless all day when I wear this. And I know it's matte, but it doesn't always look super matte, and it doesn't look like I'm dehydrated SpongeBob either. It looks very much like a velvety matte, like it's a soft matte, not like a drying matte, especially when you put like a good primer under it like I do. But I just feel like it blends into my skin so well. Like, wow. And I know I used to not put makeup on my forehead, but I've seen too many pictures where I look kind of crazy. So I've started, but I won't put like any product on it. I'll just kind of push the product that's on my face just up a little. Just bring it around town. And I just love a beauty blender because I feel like it just really gives an airbrush look. Okay, I had to take a quick break because my camera was overheating. Whew, chow, this technology. After I do my foundation, I go with my concealer. I've been obsessed with this NARS Creamy Radiant. It's an OG for a reason. I didn't realize so many people used it and knew about it because I was using a different one and it was just so drying. I was using the Fenty one for a while and it was really drying, so it wasn't the best. Like, I like how creamy this is. And I just put it corner of my eye that way. Then I do a little under where I'm gonna contour. Another concealer that I've been liking is the Kosas concealer. I found that that was really creamy too, but the coverage with this is so much better. Like, just love how it brightens up the eye, and I just feel like it just gives me such a airbrushed look under my eye. And that's like honestly one of my biggest like insecurities. Like, my under eye, I have like these eye troughs, so I like to really make sure my under eye looks not dark, not hollow, just really full and airbrushed. I want it to look like someone just blurred it out using Facetune in real life. And I think I achieved that with this and the powders I'm gonna show you. Like, people always compliment that. Like, literally, I cannot leave my house without someone being like, your makeup, like the under eyes, it looks so airbrushed. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. It's the NARS, it's the NARS. I just like to pat it in and bring it like around the eye, making sure I'm looking up, looking all around to get all those little nooks and crannies. Another thing I like to do is make sure I'm bringing it on the side of my nose a little bit. Like, not just under the eye, but also just on the side of the nose. And then like a little bit around, just so it's not like just stopping randomly. So yeah. And then I'll get the nose and just pat it in. I feel like the concealer makes the biggest difference. Like, obviously foundation lays the foundation for it, but the concealer is just what like really gives me that like, Oh my God, I've been seeing so many TikTok videos of people underpainting where they go in with the concealer and the contour first and then they put their foundation on top of that. And I really want to try it. I don't know, let me know if I should do a video trying that out, because that is something I've been wanting to just see. So yeah, just let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see me do. Now that everything's already blended in, you can kind of already see the contour of my cheekbone starting to form, which I love that the concealer already starts doing that. And now it's time for the contour. I really like this contour by Huda, and it's like this moussey, creamy sort of texture. I just think it really melts into my skin well. So I'll just put it right on top of where I did my concealer, just in the nooks and crannies. And I'll even like add a little going up. And then the nose, child, this is where we gotta be real precise. It's just really hard fixing a nose contour. Like sometimes I'll like be going and it goes a little, and it's just hard to fix it because it literally contours like that. But I think this is fine. So now I'm just gonna take like an angled brush. I think this is from Amazon. I'll link it, but honestly, I don't think there's anything spectacular about this brush. It's just a fluffy angled one. And I'll just blend this contour up. And I like to make sure I bring it up and just not pull it down. Then just like around, up a little. Now for the nose contour, I don't even know where I got this brush. I think it was like maybe Sephora, maybe Amazon, but the whole brush broke. But I just love blending out my nose contour with this. I think this is like the best kind of brush because it's like not too soft, but not too firm. And it's just small enough to get in there. I really want you to see this nose contour come together. I really just like follow the natural line of my nose, and then I'll come up a little bit, but nothing too sharp. Yeah, I don't want, like, I like to try to make the lines invisible, but I'm okay if they show a little bit. After I'm done with my contour, I blend out my under eye again before setting it, just making sure there are no creases. Time for my favorite step, the blush. Mr. Patrick Ta has been eating this blush up. Like, oh my God, look at that color. It's literally gorgeous. Like this is my favorite step of my makeup, so I'm gonna really take my time with it. You really only need one swipe. So I already got one swipe. Can't go and do another because it's so easy to OD on this blush. But then I like to start up here and just tap it down. My God, it's so pretty. Do the same for the other side. Up here, tap it down, bring it around town. Now I am kind of a heavy blush girl, so I'm gonna go a little heavy, you know. I just like it. I just think it makes my makeup look so feminine and cute and just, I love it. But I have started like taking it up here more. I used to just put it like in this area, but now for more snatched face, I try to keep it like this, like really up in the corner. Now the thing about this blush also is this is like a cream version and this is a powder. Now he recommends putting the powder on and then putting the cream on top. I'll do that sometimes, but most times I only use the cream if I'm gonna if I'm doing like a glowy soft look and I'm not even wearing foundation, I'll just go in with my fingers, and I really like how that looks sometimes. But when I'm doing full glam, I'll just use the powder and I'm good. I actually just ordered another kind and I'm so excited to try that for the Sephora sale. Did y'all get the Sephora sale? Or did y'all miss it? Let me know in the comments. And if you did get it, what are you most excited to get? I'm most excited for my Patrick Ta blush. I ain't even gonna hold you. All right, now it's time to make these under eyes look airbrushed. And I do that with this NARS Soft Matte Powder. This is like a pre-step in me setting my under eyes. So I'll just like go in with the powder puff and I'll lightly press. And then it's really important that I get this like right parallel with my nose. And then I just tap it and just tap and press it in. And I really do like it to be in line with my nose though, because it kind of helps me reverse contour my nose. Yeah, like you can even see the difference. This eye versus this eye, you can already start to see, you know? Wow. I just like to really make sure I'm coming down on the side of the nose, bring it up, and just tap, tap, tap all around. Nose is very important. And it's already starting to look airbrushed. Now I will say whenever I put this powder, I think it takes away some of my blush. So once I'm actually done setting the eyes completely, I'll go in again. But this is good for now. Sometimes I'll take a little, put in my crease lines and a little bit just on the bridge of my nose, just to set it a little bit. Nothing crazy. Sometimes I'll take it to the forehead. It really just depends on what I feel like that day, but I always get it under the eyes for sure, always. Yes. When I first got the soft matte powder, I would just leave it at the powder and be good. but I think it's even better when you still go in with that translucent. It's by Laura Mercier, she's my girl, you know, and you lock that in with this, it's even better. So I like to do a really thin layer of this. It's honestly a fake baking because I'll do this and then I'll take a brush, like Fluffy Makeup by Mario brush, and then just wipe it off a little. Because I don't like baking. My skin's already dry and my makeup already lasts like really long, so I don't really find it super useful to bake unless I'm like at Coachella or like in the desert, you know? So I'll just do a little 1-2. We'll sometimes go in with the translucent powder, just a little bit, and just like dust under here. I used to go in with the soft matte powder and do it, but it just was too harsh. Like I already know that my like contour is very harsh on my jaw and I like that, but I don't want it to be too harsh. Now after all that's done, I like to go in with my bronzer just to like warm it up a bit, you know. I done put all this powder. Let's make sure we looking nice and bronzed. Now, I use the bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, and I pretty much just put the bronzer exactly where my contour was, and sometimes I'll dust it on my forehead a little bit and hit the jaw a little bit, but mainly the cheeks. And sometimes I'll do my nose a little bit. I like it. I feel like a fairy. Another thing I'd use this bronzer for, oh, here it is. Isn't that so pretty? Another thing I'd use this bronzer for is I'd put it on my lids, but I just got my lashes done today, so I don't wanna have to like mess with my lids today when I wash my makeup off, so I'm not gonna do it, but normally I would, and I just like dust it on, nothing crazy, nothing too fancy, just a little something. I think the last time I did a makeup video, I was using this NARS blush palette. I like it. It's not the most pigmented, like you kind of have to build it on, which is like fine. I think the colors are pretty, but Baby Patrick Ta got the blush beat. I will say that this little highlight has me in a chokehold. This is my go-to nose highlight. I'll just put it exactly where I put that concealer at earlier. Then I like to just wipe it with my finger to tone it down a little bit. And normally I would put a little in the inner corners, but I'm trying to leave the eyes alone just because I just got them done like a couple hours ago. We're getting almost done. Okay, so here's the base. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. It's time for the lips. Let's get crazy, let's get fun. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so, this is so creepy. For the lips, I am obsessed with this Makeup Forever in Limitless Brown. As you see, I have very dark top lip. I do. And yeah, I do smoke weed, but my top lip has always been darker than my bottom one. And it's really hard finding lip liners that work for me. Like I have so many browns that just don't show up on my lip. So this one is very near and dear to me. It's my favorite one that I've ever used. 10 out of 10 recommend. I like to overline my lips a little bit. I would never get lip filler. That's not my jam. I support you if you get it, whatever. But I do like to overline. So let's have some fun. This is like such a fail. Okay. Oh my God, I need to sharpen this. I'm sorry, y'all. Now I like to fill it in on the corners a little bit. My favorite lip combo is the Sugar High by NYX. It's not too much. It's just right. If I really want to get a little funky, I'll top it with this Fussy Fenty. just to give it, you know, a little more shine. And honestly, my top gloss I'll like change that out. Sometimes I'll use the Lawless Lip Plumping Gloss, which I think that's my favorite just because it really plumps your lips without giving it like the numbing feeling. But I also like this because it adds a little bit more pink. This is my everyday makeup look. This is it. This is her. Oh, not on my tooth. Oh God. So there you have it. Here's how I get my everyday soft glam, natural looking makeup, airbrushed in real life. When I tell you, every time I step out the house wearing this face, people compliment me. People are like, what are you wearing? Your makeup looks so good. And it's always the girls who are wearing makeup, like the people who know about makeup. I think since I've changed up my under eyes and changed up my blush, I've just gotten so many more compliments on my makeup. And not that I do it for compliments, but it is, I mean, it's telling. I don't only like it, other people like it too. Like, it's very validating is what I'll say, you know? But yeah, that's the face. And all the products will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you have any comments, any questions, any concerns. Even if you think my makeup ugly, you can tell me in the comments. That's okay. I'm a big girl. I have tough skin and I just want the engagement. So even if you don't like it, let me know. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, join the Tico family. Here I do a lot of fashion videos. I do vlogs. I'm about to be doing a lot more travel vlogs as the summer months approach because, baby, I'm ready to get out of LA. I haven't gone on a vacation since January, so I'm getting a little stir crazy. So be prepared for a lot of travel vlogs and summer fashion and summer makeup. We're doing it all, baby, so make sure you stay tuned. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.